Salesforce has two parts. One is the administration, development. Into development we have the lighting experience also. Lighting in development we have a Apex, and we have a Visual Force, and we have a Lightning. These three are the involved in development part. And the beauty of the Salesforce is, if you want to be the developer, first make sure you are good with admin part. Otherwise, you will not become as a developer. Complete knowledge about administration. Otherwise, we will never ever become as a developer. So, first of all, our journey. See, once we have a clear view on architecture of the Salesforce, then first we will start it from model part. See, that I will discuss in the next 15 to 20 minutes. So our journey will start it from model part, like administration. Once we have the clear view on administration, we'll start the development. Okay. See, we have a lot of technologies are available in the market, like Java and SAP, mainframes. A lot of, not only these four technologies, we have a lot of technologies are available in the market. Why most of the clients or customers are migrating their applications from these traditional technologies into the cloud technologies? Suppose if you are migrating from one technology to the another technology, there should be some significant drawbacks inside your traditional technologies. Otherwise, client don't want to migrate from one technology to the another technology. So first, I want to know what are the drawbacks from traditional computing, how we can overcome all those drawbacks by using cloud computing. Then what is cloud computing, and what are the different kind of phases available in the cloud computing, and what is the main advantage of the cloud computing, and what is the architecture of the cloud computing. Then what are the different types of technologies are available in the cloud computing. Then we'll get into what is CRM. Then finally, what are the different types of CRM technologies are available in the market? Why Salesforce CRM is so famous than other CRM technologies? Then once we have done that thing, what is Salesforce? Then finally, once we have a clear view on Salesforce, then we'll discuss architecture of Salesforce. Then we will discuss the architecture of the Salesforce. Once we have discussed the architecture of the Salesforce, then we will into Salesforce, how we will create the practice environment in Salesforce. That's we will discuss in today's class. Now, see, let's say for example, I want to discuss the traditional computing. So for example, let's say Charan, you are working for ICICI company. Let's say you are the head for IT division in ICICI company. You are the head for IT division. I mean ICICI bank IT division. So I'm talking about the traditional computing wise, like in the year of around 2002 to 2005. See, as a head of the IT division, you are planning to build one application for your ICICI credit card. What you will do? You will go to the one of your company, you will explain the requirement, and finally you and software company people will have a couple of discussions. Finally you guys will go for agreement. See, generally what will happen is, in any technology, whether it is a cloud technology, whether it is a traditional technology, when you are trying to build the application for any organization, irrespective of the technology, three of the key pillars for any technology. Whether it is a traditional technology or cloud technology, three are the things, key pillars we have to consider. One is the infrastructure, shit. One is the infrastructure. Yes. Another one is platform, and another one is software. These three are the key pillars for any technology, whether it is a traditional technology or cloud technology. That means what kind of database you are going to use in order to store the application related data. What kind of data you are going to say, what kind of database we are going to use in order to store the application related data, what kind of server you are going to use in order to process your application related queries. Now what kind of software you are going to use in order to build your application. These three are the key pillars for any application irrespective of the technology, that is a cloud technology or traditional technology. Now see, for example, we are going to build the application for ICICI credit card, for example. Now ICICI credit card, Charan told to the Vasant, Vasant is from software companies. Charan is head for IT division, is a point of contact from ICICI credit card. Now, Charan told to, Charan will tell to the Vasant, we have a 50 lakhs customers and application should handle all this 50 lakhs customers information. So in order to persist or in order to store this 50 lakhs customers information, I have purchased one database which will store these 50 lakhs customers information, Now, might be there is a chance of rising the queries of all these 50 lakhs customers. So I have to purchase one server which has to process all my 50 lakhs customer information. Now, once we have the database and we have the server, we have to develop the application. Now, let's say by using Java, we are going to build the application. See, not like in Amit or other outside. When we were into real-time environment, make sure we have to purchase the license version. Let's say, for example, by paying the 40,000, we have purchased the Java 1.0 license. See, in general, I'm talking. Generally, what will happen before hand over the project into any company, guys will have the clear agreement, how much budget you are going to allocate for the database, how much budget we are going to allocate for server, how much budget we are going to allocate for software license costs, and people. Then we can say that accommodation for resources. I mean, not budget for resources, parties, multiple things. Everything will be clearly mentioned before the project hand over to the company. Now, so see here, let's say by paying the 40,000, we have purchased the Java 1.0 license. Then we started the application development. See, after 1 month, this guy came up with another version. Now, if you want to get the features related to this version, we have to pay the 10,000 additionally. Initially, what we pay, we have to pay the 10 more thousand. If you want to get the features related to new version, what will happen if I don't get, or if I don't purchase, or if I don't allow the features related to new version? What will happen? See, if you want to be the competitor in the market, If you want to be the competitor in the market, make sure you have to update yourself. Otherwise, we will be lacking the market. If you want to be the competitor in the market, make sure you have to update yourself. So what will happen is, for example, I'll tell you the simple, I'll give a simple scenario. In the year of around 2002, 2004, Nokia was the global leader. Nokia was the global leader in terms of selling the mobile. Apple came up with the smartphone concept. That time Nokia was the global leader, but Nokia was not awakened about the smartphone concept which was released by the Apple. But Samsung person was awakened. Later he is generating the more business. So what I'm trying to say is, if you want to be the competitor in the market, make sure you have to update yourself. Again, after 3 months, this guy came up with another version. Again, if you want to get the features, again we have to pay the 10,000. Again we have to pay the 10,000. See, as part of the pre-project management, before project handover to the company, we have allocated only 50,000 for license cost. But I spent around 60,000. That means we were crossing the budget. We were spending, we have a budget was allocated only 50,000, but we spent around 60,000. That means you are crossing your limitations, budget limitation. Just keep this point in your mind. Anyway, I just read all these discrepancies. Application development completed and went to the live. We have distributed cost to the 50 lakhs customers information, and that users information would be persistent inside my database, and might be a chance of all these customers will raise the queries. It's my responsibility process all those queries. For that also we have purchased one server. Everything is going on a cool way. Now generally what will happen, if you want to get the services from any credit card, we have to pay the 30 rupees or 40 rupees as a service charge on monthly basis, or for example, if it is a yearly, 300 or 400 rupees on yearly basis, then only will get the service. It would be the service charge. Now everything is going on a good way. A new bank, for example, HDFC Bank came into the market. HDFC Bank came into the market, and this guy is also providing the credit cards, and he's charging the 30 rupees as a service charge, same servicing charge. See, for same service charge, this guy is providing the better services than this guy. HDFC guy is providing the better services than this guy. What customer will do? Better services in the sense like, getting the redeem points. If I do the late payment fee, late payment in HDFC, they will charge 400 rupees. Same thing, if it is in ICICI, they will charge around, 700 rupees, like, getting a CIBIL score, which will affect a home loan, personal loans, vehicle loans. I'm getting the multiple services, good services for same service charge. What customer will do? Customer will always look for the better service. Customer will always look for the better service. Whomever will provide the better service, obviously customer will prefer that service. Whomever will provide the better service, obviously customer will prefer that service. Whomever will provide the better service, obviously customer will prefer that service. Now let's say out of 50 lakhs customers, 40,000 people don't want to go with my bank. Simply they will call to the ICICI Bank credit card. Boss, I don't want to go with your bank because the same service charge other people are providing the better services. So just block my card. But we have, let us assume 40,000 people left the organization. But we have purchased one database and the capacity of the database is 50 lakhs. It will store the 50 lakhs customers, but current available people are only 49.6 lakhs. That means 40,000 people equivalent database capacity is wasted. We have purchased one server which will process the 50 lakhs customers information, but current available people are only 49.6 lakhs. That means 40,000 people equivalent processing capacity is wasted. I'll give the simple conclusion for this entire conversation. These are the drawbacks from your traditional computing. Like now, suppose we have purchased one machine. The capacity of the machine is 1 TB hard disk, 8 GB RAM. Out of 1 TB, I'm just using only 512 GB of my hard disk space and 4 GB RAM equivalent capacity. 4 GB RAM equivalent capacity. Now, we cannot go back to the shop people and we cannot say, boss, I'm just using only 512 GB of hard disk space, 4 GB RAM equivalent capacity. Can you repay the money? Can you pay the money back which I'm not supposed to use it? Can we ask like that? No. That's what will happen in traditional computing. See, for unused things, we have to pay the money. For unused things, we have to pay the money. Then how we will overcome all these drawbacks from cloud computing? See, here we have to purchase the database separately, I mean individually, and server individually, and we have to set up. We need to arrange some kind of server rooms, and we need to recruit the administrator people like database administrators, server administrators, multiple things we have to take care of. Now, just keep all this conversation, then how we will overcome why the customers are migrating from these traditional compute. We'll get the clarity on why customers are migrating from traditional computing to the cloud computing. Now first tell me, what is cloud computing? See, when we were talking about the cloud computing is internet-based technology. Cloud computing is the internet-based technology. Now, cloud computing is the internet-based technology vendor. That means one who will provide the cloud technology. Vendor will host the server somewhere else across the world. Vendor will host the server somewhere else across the world. Now using internet through URL, we will connect those servers or databases, we will get the services, or we will implement the applications inside that cloud premises, Let me repeat once again. Cloud computing is a internet-based technology. Vendor will host the server somewhere else across the world, not only server, databases or clusters. Using internet through URL, we will connect those servers or databases, we will get the services, or we will implement the application inside that premises. That's what cloud computing. And the main principle behind the cloud computing is pay-per-use. The main principle of the cloud computing is pay-per-use. See, how many resources or how much resources we were using, we will pay only for that resource. We don't want to pay for limited resources, or we don't want to pay for unused resources. For example, I'll come to this point, just park it aside for 5 minutes. And cloud constitutes on three phases. One is the infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. See, getting into infrastructure as a service, Google and Amazon will provide the best infrastructure in the world. I mean, they will give the database space for rental. Google and Amazon will provide the best infrastructure in the world. See, Salesforce will provide the best platform, that is the force.com platform. That is the force.com platform. By using that force.com platform, we will build the applications. I mean, using that applications will be accessed through SaaS. For example, YouTube and Facebook are the example for SaaS technologies. They will have their own API. So cloud was construed on three phases, same like our traditional computing: infrastructure as a service, a platform as a service, and software as a service. As a customer or a developer, if you want to interact with my cloud environment, make sure you must and should have the internet connection. Otherwise, you will not interact with my cloud environment. Now, I'll come to the pay-per-use concept. Let us assume same ICICI credit card application was developed by using cloud technology. Initially, 50 lakhs customers are using my application. A new bank came into the market. That guys are providing the better services than this time for same service charge. You know what customer will do? Customer will always looks for the better services. A simple example, I want to purchase one product like mobile which will be available in both Flipkart and Amazon. Cost is same, features of everything will be same. If I purchase the product in Amazon, they will deliver the product the day itself without charging anything as a service charge. But if I do the same thing in Flipkart, they will charge the 30 rupees or 40 rupees as a service charge. What customer will do? Customer will go with the Amazon. So let's keep that point in mind. So initially 50 lakhs customers were using my application. A new bank came into the market. For same service charge, those guys were providing the better service. Out of 50 lakhs customers, 40,000 people don't want to go with my bank. Available people are only 49.6 lakhs. That means currently how many customers are interacting with my application, how much usage, how much capacity you are using will pay only for that thing. We don't want to pay for left resources, or we don't want to pay for unused resources. There is a one important thing we have to remember. And another important thing is you no need to purchase the server individually, software individually, database individually. When you purchase any license, by paying the $100 per license, per user or per license per year, you will get the database, you will get the server, you will get the software. Everything we will get as a package, and you no need to maintain the server, you no need to maintain the database, you no need to purchase the software. Once you purchase the license, we will get all these three things as a package. That's another important point. And one more important point, suppose a new version came into the cloud environment. Not like in traditional computing, if new version came into the cloud computing, you no need to pay the extra money or feature in order to get the features related to that new version. What will happen is in cloud computing, inside that cloud environment, see wherever they hosted servers and databases, right? Inside those cloud premises, they will upload the features. New features. As a customer or a developer, whomever will be able to access, both will be able to access a newly uploaded features. No need to pay the extra money in order to get the new features. This is what will happen in cloud computing. Getting is why we were into cloud computing. If I get into any doubts so far the conversation, please. Any questions so far the conversation?
No.
See, this is not one-way communication. If you have any questions, please stop me at any point of time, not only in demo, during class sessions as well. Okay. Now, see, now, what is CRM? I hope some of you guys know about the CRM. Generally, CRM stands for the Customer Relationship Management. It's a kind of relationship between the company and customer or a potential customer. See, what is a potential customer? Suppose for example, you are continuously placing the orders in Flipkart. After 3 days or 4 days, you will receive an email like, you are a privileged customer. We have the special offers for you. That means you are continuously generating the revenue for that particular organization. Automatically, you will become as a potential customer or a special customer or a privileged customer for that particular organization. So it's a kind of relationship between the company and customer. For example, we have Flipkart, Myntra, eBay, Snapdeal, Lenscall, all this comes under CRM applications only. This comes under CRM applications only. Let me explain with small example. For example, let's say I'm working as a sales rep in Sony company. My company made one new product like TV. As a customer, how do you know that whether I made a new product or not? So for making awareness about my product, we will conduct some kind of campaigns, advertisement programs. That can be a TV advertisement, newspaper, or else banners, posters, email, text message, like webinars, trade shows. Or else physically, I'll directly go to the store people. I'll explain about my product. Finally, store people or dealer will sell the product to the customer. This is what finally store people or dealer will sell the product to the customer. We will generate the revenue. All this comes under sales CRM. All this comes under sales CRM. For example, we have purchased one product after mobile. Let us assume mobile. After 3 months, we are facing some issues with our mobile. What we will do? We'll simply call to the call center. If the problem gets resolved during call, if the problem gets resolved during call, okay. Otherwise, call center people will suggest us visit our nearby service center, wherein which we will get the solution. See, whatever the conversation between the customer care people and call center people, call center, service center, and customer, all this comes under service CRM. Likewise, we have the multiple modules in CRM industry: lead management, campaign management, marketing management. We have multiple modules in CRM. Now, as we discussed, Flipkart, Myntra, eBay, Lenskart, Snapdeal, all this comes under CRM applications only. Now we have a lot of CRM technologies are available in the market, like Siebel CRM, SAP CRM, Pegasus, PeopleSoft, Cast Iron, Sales CRM, Super CRM. Multiple CRM technologies are available in the market. Why Salesforce CRM is so famous than other CRM technologies, and whatever the Salesforce is whatever the CRM business, out of 100%, 70 to 73% of the business is and was generating by the Salesforce into CRM business. But when you're talking about the Salesforce personally, out of 100%, what they were generating, only 10 to 25% of the business is from CRM industry. That means Salesforce is not only meant for CRM. We will develop the other applications, like, as a personally used to work for the banking project, insurance project, like Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. Then we used to work for Commerce Insurance. Then we used to work for Siemens Energy. We used to work for some CRM applications like Snapdeal. Then we used to work for this social charity like Cantonment Bay charity applications. Now, what I'm trying to say is not only for CRM applications, we'll develop the multiple applications, different industry related applications. Now, whatever the CRM business is generating out of 100%, 70 to 73% of the business is generating by the Salesforce. Why? Let's say I want to build one application I want to develop one sales application for my dairy farm. It's a mid-scale organization. I want to build one application. As a owner of the dairy farm, with a less budget, less time, which technology will provide the better service? Obviously, we will prefer that technology. See, if I will go with the Salesforce, as a small scale industry, want to develop the sales application, right? If I'll go with the Salesforce, whatever the requirements you have, out of 100%, 90 to 95% of the functionality was already developed by the Salesforce. That means when you purchase the Salesforce, that sales application will be given as a default application. That means we have a lot more applications: sales application, service application, call center application, charter application, lead management, campaign management, marketing management. All these things will be given as a default applications. But if you can modify those applications as per your requirement, like kind of some changing labels, or you can add the few more functionality to the standard functionality, existing functionality which was provided by the Salesforce. But if I will go with the other CRM technologies, I have to build my application from scratch level, from 0% to 100% level. There is a one main difference. And another thing is, except Dynamics, all these technologies are traditional technologies. We have to purchase a server, database, software, everything will be individually. Now, another important difference is the application development in Salesforce is as much as faster. We will build the applications in Salesforce. So there is a reason why people will say that application development is a rapid application development in Salesforce. So a maximum scope for any project would be around 3 months or 6 months. If it is a bigger project, it would be 1 year. So the development lifetime for any project would be maximum 3 to 6 months in Salesforce. These are the differences in terms of CRM. There is a reason why most of the clients were using Salesforce to build the application. Now, then tell me, what is Salesforce? What is Salesforce? See, as we discussed, Salesforce was developed by using cloud computing based technology. Salesforce was developed by using cloud computing technology. Salesforce was developed by using cloud computing technology, and Salesforce is a cloud computing based technology which will delete stuff. That means as a developer or a customer, as a developer, if you want to develop the application inside Salesforce environment, you no need to install any software or hardware. You no need to install any software or hardware. Just a machine, browser with internet connection. Just a machine, browser with internet connection. Now, as a customer, if you want to interact with my Salesforce application, you no need to install any software or hardware. Just machine, browser with internet connection across anywhere in the world. You can interact with my Salesforce environment. So Salesforce is a cloud computing based technology using internet through URL. We will connect the servers and databases. You no need to install any software or hardware, just a machine, browser, internet connection. As a customer or developer, you no need to install anything. Using internet through URL, you can interact with my environment. You can interact with my Salesforce application, or you can do the application inside Salesforce environment. Okay, we'll discuss in a more elaborately in next class. I mean, once we were, when we were trying to discuss the architecture of the Salesforce, I haven't discussed the architecture of the cloud computing. Once we discuss the architecture of the Salesforce, then we will discuss the architecture of this. Once we discuss the architecture of the cloud computing, then we will discuss the architecture of the Salesforce, like MVC architecture. Then, before getting into architecture of the Salesforce, see, suppose you are a new guy to the Salesforce. As I said earlier, you no need to install any software or hardware. Then how we will do the practice and how we will learn the Salesforce without doing the practically. For that purpose, Salesforce has one repository. Using that repository, we would be able to create the practice environment. You can maintain that environment for lifelong. By using developerforce.com repository, we would be able to create the practice environment. By using developerforce.com repository, we would be able to create the environment. That would be navigate to developer.salesforce.com. Then we'll click on sign up. Then we'll supply some user first name, some first name, last name, then email, then kind of role, developer or architect or something, then username. Then finally we'll click on sign up. When we click on sign me up, automatically activation link will be sent to your email ID. Using that activation link, we will set the password. Once we set the password, we will be into our environment. Now let me get into here. Developerforce.com. Automatically it would be redirect to developer.salesforce.com. Then click on sign up. Then here we will supply the information like Gurunath, Salesforce, then email address. I'll give the some personal email ID. Then you can select any one of a role, architect or administrator or manager. Nothing is different. Just give some company information, or else you can give any valid company information, which country you are in. I'll give the India. Then you can give the postal code, like I'll give the Hyderabad one. Then username. See, your username should be like this. You can give your email ID as your username, no problem, but it's not suggestible. Now click on sign me up. When we click on that sign me up, automatically an email will be triggered. Activation link will be sent to your registered email ID. So just click on that link. Click on that verify account. Using that, we will set the password. By clicking on that, we will set the password like Salesforce 123. I'll set the password as Salesforce 123. We need to follow some rules like while we were setting the password. For example, let's say Hyderabad. Set the password as Hyderabad, then click on change my password. Automatically, we would be into that environment. This is a new feature which was enforced in Salesforce, which was introduced in Salesforce, like lightning experience. This is the lightning experience what we have in Salesforce. Now if you want to get into classic view, just click on this icon, baby icon or cat icon, then click on switch to Salesforce classic. Then this is what your actual practice environment. This is what your actual practice environment. Now from second time onwards, see, I'll click on logout here. I'll click on logout here. From second time onwards, if you want to access this environment, you have to use the one URL called login.salesforce.com. I'll tell you when we will use the login.salesforce.com, when we will use the test.salesforce.com. Okay. In the next session, if everything is going on good, we will connect tomorrow. I mean, anyway, terms and conditions apply, right? If you are fine with these conversation, we'll connect tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and we will discuss why what is the architecture of cloud computing and what is the architecture of the Salesforce, and we'll discuss one more definition like virtual development and deployment environment. We'll discuss in detail about that in tomorrow's session. Once we discuss those two things, and we will discuss as part of the virtual development and deployment environment, we'll discuss about the login and we'll discuss about test.salesforce.com. So what I'm trying to say is, from second time onwards, if you want to access that practice environment, we have to use the login.salesforce.com. Now, any questions, guys?
Looks good, Gurnath. This is Vasant here. Okay. So since I was telling, Raido also, see, I have worked on CRM-based projects. Okay. So what I am really looking at is, how typically a Salesforce project implementation happens, from the requirements phase, how the design, how the requirements are given by the customer, those kind of things I am looking at. Okay. Today's session is intro. I do not have any questions. I am fine with that. I am asking whether.
Let me explain. As we discussed initially, I hope you were not part of that conversation. Generally, Salesforce has two things. One is the administration part and development part. So our journey will start it from administration, then we will work on the development part. See, the first day onwards might be in a third session onwards, we will start the project. We'll work on the project. See, not doing like, once we have completed all these topics, instead of starting the application, building the application, from first day onwards, we will start, or we'll start working on the application, and we'll discuss the concept, and that concepts will be enforced into our application. That way we will discuss.
Okay, fine.
Any questions from other guys? See, guys, don't think like, this is a demo class, these guys are telling this thing and that thing. See, every class you will find same like today. Every class you will see same like today. If the class is not like that, if any one of the class, you can question me, you can stop me at any point of time. Okay, that's from my end. Chalo, Rider will follow up you guys and will Charan, don't worry, you will get a good enough knowledge in development. We'll spend most of the time into development. Once we have a clear view on the admin part, it could be around 8 to 10 sessions on admin. You will see a different admin in your Amir pit, and you will see here in a different thing. I'm sure about that.
And Gurunath, this is Vasant here. So
Yes,
wanted to, yeah, I didn't join in the initial 5 minutes, right? So can you give a background? You know, it could be a repeat for other people. Can you please give a background? Where are you working?
Nothing we haven't discussed. See, we have discussed only about this, Salesforce as 2 parts.
Okay.
And we started at around 6:20.
Okay.
So I think I guess you haven't missed anything.
Okay. So can you give your background? You know, how long you are working on Salesforce?
See, I have completed 6 years of experience in Salesforce. This 17th, I was into 7 years. Started, completed 6 years. I entered into the 7th year, and I used to work for 26 projects. And I was worked in admin part, development part, integration part, and we were working right now on Lightning. So next ones after these December onwards, we have to work on IoT things, Internet of Things. Salesforce as a new feature, like Einstein. Still, it's under beta version. We have to work on that Einstein as well.
Okay. And you are working for some company, or
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm working for the MNC company.
Okay, got it. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Any other questions, guys? See, not like you will find everything as a real time. See, everyone will say the same thing. Every trainer will say, I'm going to give the real time and real time knowledge, but as a students, you can decide who is going to give real time or not.
Okay, so see, I will tell you one thing, Gurunath. I was telling Raidu also. See, most of the time what is happening is lots of false promises, right? So lots of false promises, and we also hope that it is not getting repeated everywhere else. Okay.
Okay. One thing, Vasant, I can say, my age is, I'm into 28 years now. Okay. At this age, I'm drawing around 1.12 lakhs as a salary. Okay. And from these online classes and all those, from regular offline class, I'm earning the 40,000 on monthly basis. I'm earning 1.5 to the 1.6, not part of the online classes. I don't want to do the false promises. See, whatever I am giving, that should be 100% my level best. That's my, main motto. I don't want to, see, if you want to take the, how can I say that? I was trying around, 516 people. I was trying around, 516 people. I haven't received any kind of bad feedback from any people. Wasn't able to hear me.
Yeah, now, you were saying something, you were saying I'm age 28 and I'm drawing something I lost you there.
Yes. See, I'm drawing around 1.6 lakhs per month. Okay. So at this, age and this much of position, in this position, particular position, I don't want to blame the guys. This is not part-time which I'm not supposed to earn in. This is my passion. Okay. I'm passionate about teaching. I'm not into earnings. See, if I keep on teaching something, I will improve myself and I'm always ready to the market. Suppose if I want to leave the organization, I'm ready to give the interview. If I'm not teaching, I will lose the things. That I hope you know.
Okay, so yeah, and I'm asking these questions because, the experience that people have undergone in the recent
But the
past.
thing is, I can say that, you don't find much communication in my delivery, like, except technical. That is
That's
the,
fine. Fine with
anyway,
that.
I can communicate. Anyway, I can communicate.
I'm fine with that. See, if you're focusing on technology and, if even 95% of our time is focused on technology projects, totally agree with you. I hope, Gopal and Sri Charan should also be fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
Vasav.
perfect.
Yeah, agree with you.
Sure. Okay. Thanks, Sri.
Thank you guys. Raidu will talk to you and if everything is fine, we'll meet tomorrow.
Sure.
Okay, fine.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.